What's up, Crumbleheads? I'm Devin Porter and the author of After the Crumble, which is a fiction novel that will be released this coming fall. Today for my video blog, I'm going to talk about an introduction to raising hogs. And I've got a couple on camera here. This is a breed called Koonie Koonies. They're originally from New Zealand. And, wonderful breed. Fairly docile, fairly small and easy to deal with. And for a small farmer, this is a great way to start. And I've been raising these for 3 or 4 years. And, it's gone very well. They're good, good meat pigs, good bacon pigs and sausage pigs and all of that. So that's one of the breeds that I would recommend for a starting farmer who wants to raise, hogs and pork sustainably. Koonie Koonies are good. Pot-bellied pigs are also very good. And, there's a few other small breeds that you can really look at. But, Leo and I raised Durocs about 2 years ago, and they're huge. Leo's behind the camera today. Leo, so come say hi real quick. What's up, buddy?
What's up? I'm Leo. Nice to meet y'all.
Thanks, man. Leo and I have been great friends for many, many years, and Leo's actually been the farm manager here for many, many years. So, he and I go on these adventures together and learning how to do this stuff. And we basically, over the past few years, we've converted what used to be a horse farm to a farm that produces food. So, and he's behind the camera because the pigs will sometimes knock over the tripods and all of that. So, but yeah, Koonie Koonies, those are the ones that I would recommend. Something small, something that doesn't destroy the land. And what I want to do is encourage you today. I want to encourage people that may be on the fence and they go, geez, I don't know if I want to raise pigs. It's smelly. It's very difficult. And, we've learned a lot along the way. And we found that, there's certainly pitfalls and challenges. And it is certainly, hard work. But it's very rewarding. And if you do it the right way, you can really enjoy raising hogs. So the huge breeds, they just tear up the land. The Durocs, Leo and I found that, they were so big it made them very difficult to handle. So really look at that if you're looking at that. Raise a small breed that's easy to deal with. The other concept that I want to introduce is the concept of movement. We've talked about that before with the introduction to the chicken tractors. We have a friend that actually raises his pigs in pig tractors. And he uses a few of these really very large metal gates. And he keeps a few pigs in there and he moves it every couple of days and gives them new land. And that makes it so that it's very light on the land. It's a good way to raise hogs. You can use electric fence to move them around and sort of, give them different new spots every now and again. What we've got is a very big spot with a lot of trees and a lot of space. So we're good and we don't have to move them quite as much. But the other thing that I would say is as you start raising pigs, you're going to get into breeding and you're going to get pregnant sows and all of that. So the advice that I can give on that is find your good mothers. Some of these breeds have been industrialized, so to speak, and makes it very difficult to raise them without these weaning cages. And I believe that's inhumane to keep a mother from her babies and to lock them up in these cages that can't move around and all that. So we let them have their babies naturally. And, you do lose a couple. That's just the way that it goes. Pigs have very large litters. And, sometimes they'll lay on a couple of their piglets and you will lose a couple in a litter. And that's tough, So what we found is that there are some pigs that are great moms and some that are not. So that's what you'll do as you get into it is you choose the good mothers and you use those for the breeding that you want to do. Same thing with boars. You'll find some boars that are very difficult to deal with and you'll find others that are okay. And they're just fine to deal with. We have a couple of boars now that are actually very friendly. So as for housing, you can use found materials. You can create a pig tractor kind of setup where it's got a little roof on one side of it so they can sleep in there at night. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. Leo and I actually converted an old dog kennel. And it's worked very well for us. We've got straw laid down on the concrete in there so that they can sleep at night. And, it works great. But the other thing, I focused on this in the chicken one too about watering. Watering is very important. And I talked about in the chicken water how we finally discovered a great way to water our chickens that wasn't dirty and that was very much easier to do. Same thing with pigs. At first you're going to have troughs and you're going to be trying to give them water that way. The problem is pigs love to get in water. They love to get in mud. They're going to get in their water no matter what. So we installed recently a sort of a streaming waterer. And it's got a little valve on it, it hooks to the hose, and it just basically refills itself like a water fountain. It sits about that high off the ground. And that has worked absolutely great for us. It solved a lot of our water problems. So the other thing is it is nice when you get to the heat of the really hot season. It's nice to have a little spot where it's a little shady and they can dig themselves a little hole and get in the mud and, sort of wallow and all that. most people know pigs don't have sweat glands, so you want to give them some way that they can get that mud to coat coat them and keep them cool and all of that. So that's the general introduction. But I think what I hope to do today was to encourage you into thinking more and doing more research into the idea of raising hogs. And like I said, they're absolutely great if you pick the right breed, and you can do it sustainably even on a fairly small piece of land. So next week we will do an introduction to the machine. And as for now, thanks for watching very much, Grumbleheads. Have a great day.